Mary Precious Jones Huntsville, better known as Precious. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. But on this video, I will be bringing to you a special memory of my sister, Lillie Beatricia Williams Miles. And we are going to be just celebrating her life today. And if you guys want to help me celebrate, just keep watching. Well, before I go further into this video, I would like to thank Beatrice Williams, Celeste Miles, Kensietta Miles, and Felicia Miles, and also her husband, Kenneth Neal Miles, for allowing me to make this video to celebrate her life. Thank you guys. And I'm just naming them by their maiden name today. Now, my sister, she died last year, November the 17th, 2020, and we funeralized her on the eve of Thanksgiving Eve. Today marks that 1 year of us laying her to rest, and I don't want that to go unnoticed because my sister, she left behind a legacy. She was a sister that acted like my mother to me. She was so special to me. Each time I went to visit, I made sure that I got to go see my sister. So we just want to celebrate her life. And to the family, we know that 2020 was not a good year for us because my mom, we lost her on May 8th, 2020, and 6 months later we lost our sister, Lillie Beatricia Williams Miles, and that was a trying time for us, but I just thank God that He brought us through it. Funeralizing a loved one on Thanksgiving Eve is not easy, but I thank God that He brought us through this. And we was able to continue as a family even though we laid her to rest on Thanksgiving Eve. So, and just thinking about my mom just had passed 6 months prior to that. So we know 2020 was not a good year for anyone. We all went through this. But we praise God that God brought us through all of these circumstances. No matter what we went through, God was right there with us, and with the family knitting together, we was able to embrace each other and celebrate her life as she would want us to celebrate. Now, my sister was an excellent cooker. She can cook whatever you want. She always had plenty of food. When I went to visit her, it was like she set the table. She would just cook probably over 20 or 30 dishes. And I would say, B, why all this food? But she said, I want to make sure that you guys have enough food to eat. And that was the type of sister she was. She looked out for others. Even when she was going through her sickness, she still tried to get in the kitchen and cook. She still tried to make sure that you had everything you needed. She was a giver. she would make sure that whatever she had she had a freezer full of meats, all kinds of meats that you can possibly think of. My sister stocked up, you guys. My sister stocked up on meat. She probably had, I don't know, 3 or 4 freezers jam-packed with meat. And she wanted to make sure that me and my family brought back enough meat so we can have to eat on. That's just the type of person she was. She wasn't selfish. She gave herself. Whoever needed something, she gave herself without even thinking about herself. She always put others first. So I celebrate her because God allowed me, and He also allowed the family, the children, the husband, the grandchildren, the nieces, the nephews, the aunties and uncles, the mom, everybody. God just put that in her, and she was a special jewel. I know a lot of us are thinking she didn't stay here long enough, but God had her to stay here just the right amount of time to spread the love among the family. So she was not the type to just sit there and argue with you. When you get mad, you might be mad, or you might be mad at her, or mad with somebody else. She'll just sit there and laugh at you. You know, she'll say, oh, it's gonna be okay. They didn't mean any harm. And she would just laugh. I never actually seen my sister mad. She always had a smile on her face. She had a grin on her face no matter where you saw her or when you saw her. Even when she was sick, she had a smile on her face. And even though she knew that she was dying, she would call all of the members of the family, all of the ones that she had phone numbers, the nieces, the sister-in-law, the brothers, the cousins, whoever. If she had your phone number, she was going to call you. And she was in pain, but she made sure that she called you. And when she called you, she didn't talk to you for no 5 minutes and say, oh, I got to go. No, when she called you, you better have some time on your hand, or you better make some time. Because she's going to talk to you from 1 hour to 2 hours, and she can go on and on and on and never talk about anyone else. When she's talking to you, she's talking about the good times that we shared. She talked to you about things that going on, but she didn't talk about her sickness. But she just talked about things that cheer you up. She was all about cheering you up. She wasn't thinking about herself, even though she knew she was in pain. But she'll say things just to make you smile. She would joke. She'll go back to our childhood days, and she'll just find stuff, she'll reminisce on it, and she'll bring it up, and she'll start telling the story about what happened back then. And you just burst out, started, laughing. You are laughing. And even though when you calling her, and you thinking that, hey, I'm gonna call her to cheer her up to see how she do it. No, she takes over the conversation, she flips it, and she starts telling good jokes. Good story. Oh my goodness, she will surely be missed. And I couldn't let this time go without honoring her legacy, because she was a sweet person. There will never be a unique person like her. We are all different. All of my sisters, all of my brothers. We are different, but we are the same in such a way. But we have our different identity. We come together and we make up that one for all of the sisters and brothers. So I just want to say to the sisters and brothers, hold your head up, because God allowed us the time, 66 years. She was on this earth for 66 years, and she was a bundle of joy. To the children, I know you miss your mom because I miss my sister, but she loved you guys so much. She always talked about you guys. She would just talk about the time, even when she birthed you guys, how it brought her so much joy. Pat, you were her first one, and she cherished you. She loved you. She talked about you. She cared for you. She wiped your nose when your little nose was snotty. She stayed up late all night sometime when you were sick. She wouldn't go to sleep. She'd sit right there by that bed. I remember it. She would sit by that bed, Pat, and she would just watch you to make sure that you are still breathing. She loved you. Celeste, she loved you. She didn't have no different love between her children. She talked about you, Celeste. She talked about you to me. She tells me how much joy you have brought into her life. You are her second child. And she just talked about the time when she would just go shopping for you. She buy all these little pretty clothes, and she just want everything to match. She just wants you to be so pretty and so beautiful, and which you are. All of her children are so beautiful. And Pookie, which is her third child. Pookie, your mom loved you. She talked about you all of the time. And when you was little, you was the one that would try to help her clean. You would try to take the broom out of her hands. You want to wash dishes. You just wanted to help. And she be trying to push you out the way so she can do her work, and you just come right back and you just try to get in there with her and try to help her out. So you was the little one that stayed in the way, wanted to help, but you was really in the way. But she got a joy out of that. She got a joy out of you just want to be in the way while she tried to clean the house, or if she tried to make the bed, you would get the little sheet and you would just try to hold it. You were just trying to help her make the bed, but you was really in the way. You weren't helping, you were just in the way. But anyway, she talks about that, where she talked about that, and how you would just be there trying to help, but yet in the way. But anyway, she loved all of you guys. And Felicia, you are the baby. You were her little pride and joy. She talked about you so much on how when she birthed you, you was like that little ball of cotton. You were so soft. You were so beautiful about you, on how you would just want all of the attention, and she had to give you that attention when you was a little baby. You was so different. You wanted the attention, so she had to give you that attention. She had to let you know that she loved you. When you was being fed, you wanted to lay on her breast, on her chest, and you want to feel that love. So, and you would just look in her eyes, and she had to talk to you and just continue to talk to you. You would wake up in the middle of the night, want to talk, and she had to get up no matter how sleepy she was, and she would just talk to you, just give you the little smile and the little goo. But that was the type of mom you guys had. She gave herself to you. And to the grandchildren, oh my goodness, you were her pride and joy. You just don't know how much she loved you. She talked about her grandchildren. She talked about Pat children. She talked about Celeste's son. She talked about Pookie children, and she just loved her grandchildren. She even talked about Felicia. She talked about the children that you was raising. She looked at all of those kids like they were her grandchildren. So she loved you. She loved all of you guys. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, she wouldn't do for her children. So we got something to be so thankful about. Just take her life, her legacy, and use that as an example of how we are to treat each other. She loved her family. She loved her family. She wanted to see her family come together. She wanted to see all of us loving each other. That's the type of person that B was. B always been like that. Growing up in the house with her was so special because she didn't get mad. Going through school, just looking at her life would make life worth living. And she looked at me as her baby. She treated me like I was her baby. She made sure that I was taken care of. You better not mess with her baby, which was me. I was her baby pat before you were her baby, okay? I were her baby before any of you guys came on the scene. So that was my mom first, okay? So don't get it twisted. That was my mom first because I was her baby. After she got older where she could sew, she helped mom make my clothes. Even though my other sister helped, but right now I'm celebrating B life. My other sister was there for me. They all love me. But today is the celebration of B life. Okay? So today is special for all of us. This is the eve of Thanksgiving. This is the day that we laid her to rest. This is the day when everybody else was out doing turkey, cooking, whatever, entertaining family members. We was grieving. So this is the day that we was all grieving. And this is a day that we will never forget. This is the day where it was coming up to my dad's birthday. Okay, my dad's birthday is November the 20th, and my sister died on November the 17th. And her husband, Kenneth Neal Miles, she talked about you. She said you was a man that will forever take care of her. That you put yourself on the back burner and you make sure that the needs of your wife was supplied. And you make sure, and you did an excellent job. She didn't have to go out there to work. You made sure that she can sit at home and do whatever she wants to do. And you make sure that all the bills are paid. She didn't have to go out there and work unless she wanted to. She did a lot of the work in the home. And you allowed her, Kenil, to be herself. You gave her that space, and I appreciate you, Kenneth, my brother-in-law. I thank you for how you loved my sister, how you took care of her like she was a queen. And I know she was your queen. So you treated her like a queen. You know, she didn't want, she didn't lack. You gave her everything that she needed. You gave her the love. You gave her the support. You were there for my sister. Kenil taught me how to give. He gave his love. He gave his time. He gave what he had. So thank you, Kenil, for taking care of my sister. I love you. We are praying for you. We are praying for your healing as well. So I appreciate the family for allowing me to come on the Thanksgiving Eve. And that's when we laid my sister to rest. Lillie Beatricia Williams Miles. We miss her dearly. And I know we are going to see her again. I mean, we really miss her. We really, really miss her. But you know what? I see her on the other shore. And family, we will see her on the other shore. To my family, we want to see her. But I pray that we are ready to go back with the Lord when He comes. I pray that my family are saved. If they are not saved, get saved. Because that's the only way we're going to see her again. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching and helping me celebrate the life and legacy of my sister, Lillie Beatricia Williams Miles. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for taking out the time. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for listening to me as I celebrated the life and legacy of my sister. Thank you for feeling my pain. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you guys for everything that you have done. My church family, Eagles Nest Ministry International. Thank you. Thanks to my pastor, Bishop Daniel Richardson, and all of those that supported me when I was going through my grieving for my sister, Lillie Beatricia Williams Miles. Thank you, and I will see you on the next video. I will see you in the future. Your future looks good on you. Bye-bye.